Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It is Wednesday, August the 3rd, and boy, did the market have a big snapback rally today, but it was well overdue since we were extremely oversold. Had been down 9 days in a row, or so 8 days in a row, and we're threatening to be 9 this morning. We were down steeply, but a lot of stocks reversed, and the longs we looked at last night did pretty well. Here's a review of some of the stocks I'm liking a lot here. If you notice that Acorn, AKRX, popped yesterday. Today it moved off, but just a little when the market was falling, and then snapped back from 753 to 805, closing just pennies off the high, up 31 cents. Only a gain of 4%, but still looks like this wants to move higher. My targets are 9 and then 11. Boom, B-O-O-M, one of our old favorites, had a big day today as they blew out earnings. Stock rocketed 432 or 22% on 385,000, which doesn't sound like a lot, but heaviest volume since February. That stock is thin, and with this kind of a price volume surge through the declining tops line and up through the early July high, we could see a carry forward to test the 25.5 area so quickly as tomorrow. But if it does get through that, I'd look for a retest of the highs up around 29.9.5 and an intermediate target up around 34.5 potentially. Junior Biotech Cambrex, CBM, had a significant surge today as it exploded past this multi-month declining tops line, and did it with a volume of 408,000 shares on 29% gain today. That's the second biggest volume traded this year, and maybe the trigger that starts a new rally today with this big gap above the 21 and 40-day moving averages. The stock may be moving up to test the 6 3/4 level short term, and then 7.5, 8 zone on a more intermediate term, maybe doable, or maybe doable very quickly for that matter. World Fuel Service, INT, also significant pop on earnings today, up nearly 4 points or 11% on big volume. It also took out its declining tops line here, and it's challenging the highs up around the 41 area, 41.42 being resistance. If it gets through there, I'm looking for 44.45. Stepping back a second to look at DigiGlobe. Accidentally passed that one. DGI jumped 209 today, or 8.5%, gapping up from yesterday's down day and moving right up to the July high. Now it gets through here. Now today's high was 27.42. It backed off about 90 cents from that level, but still up 209 or 8.5%. If it can get through today's high, I think we could see a stock that moves up to test 29 short term. Secondary target up around 31.2. Data Link is continuing to look good in my mind, even though it opened at 10.57 and dropped down to 9.76 when the market did. It came right back to 10.77 and actually closed just pennies off the high up on a day, and a nice reversal day indeed. If it gets up through yesterday's high at around 11.29 area, I'm looking for an explosive move that takes us to 13 and then 15, 15.5. Big day for InterDigital, one of our biggest gainers today, up 875 or 14% on 4.5 million shares, closing not far off the high. Today, significant about today's move was that the flag that formed after this big explosive move last month was broken with a thrust today, and it closed at the high for the day or near it going away. I'm looking for an extension move that tests the 80-82 range short term. J2 Global Communications, another earnings play that gapped up on big earnings and broke a key declining tops line here, and pierced lateral price resistance going back to the early part of the year right there, although it did close below it, so we'll have to see if we get a follow through. Nevertheless, up 430 or 16.5% on 1.7 million, and that is by far the heaviest volume we've seen in this stock since 08. So massive base as well, maybe being broken here, and I have an intermediate target around 36.7. Just a moment. Okay. JVA had another good day today. Let's scroll in and take a look at the near-term action. You'll see that after breaking this falling wedge, it's edging up a little higher. Having a little difficult time with resistance from the July high, but if we can pop through 24 and pick up some volume, I think this can accelerate into the high 20s, and maybe test that 30-31 range again. Up next is stock I'm really starting to like a lot here is MyTech. Stepping back and looking at the pattern today, this is a beautiful chart going back to under $1 last year, and here it is trading near the $10 range. But look how it's accelerating. And the recent pullback, I think, was bullish. Look at the low volume ebb in here. It started to move, pick up volume the last couple sessions. We get through the 10, and by the way, hit a new all-time high today, 1018. If we can pop up through today's high, I think we'll see an extension move that takes it up near term to near 12. Big day today for Nature's Sunshine Products, NATR, popping 369 or 23% on 195,000 shares, and that's the second heaviest volume in the last couple months. Now, there's overhead resistance at about 20.5, 2060. We reached 2020 to 2010 today and backed off, but still, if we can get through that area, and that's an area we want to watch, we could see an explosive move to taking it up to the 23, 24 zone short term. Que pasa, doing well again, and another nice move today, reversing the down falling wedge that's been in play for the last couple weeks. You'll see here reaching down just under the 15, reversing back above it. A nice day up 91 cents or 12% on 900,000. That's the best volume in a week. And if that's the beginning of a move, we may see a move back up to test the 10, 10.5 range short term. Secondary target 11 3/4, 12. Nice day today from Rex Energy. I like the overall pattern and look of it because we've been in a long coiling base type pattern, but today's action up $1.73 or 16% on 3 million shares indicates to me we may be testing 13.5 short term. That may happen as quickly as tomorrow. Should we get a move up past 14, 14.25, I'd be looking for something around 15, 16 short term. Success factors popped as well and took out a declining channel today, jumping 357 or 14% on 8.2 million. It moved back above the declining tops line, 21 and 40-day moving averages, and then backed off, but nevertheless, a stellar day. And now I'd be looking for a move to test this line up around 32 as my next target. SIMG had a nice day today. So I kind of mentioned very similar looking patterns we're seeing here with today's thrust reversing a lot of downtrends. This one too cracked the declining tops line, 21 and 50-day, 40-day moving averages, and closed up $1.32 or 24% on 5.7 million. The biggest volume by far in the last 90 days. And if we can get past 740, my short-term target, I'm looking for a move that takes it up to the 8.5, maybe even 9 zone. I wanted to show you this chart on Sino Globing Shipping. You remember the big move we had last month that saw this go from $1.3040 range up to 9 in 2 days, and then pulled back, bounced, and formed this very tight little bull wedge. Great technicals, and if we do get a price volume surge, watch for a move above 6.5 for this to really trigger and run back up towards 9. And of course, if that's taken out, my secondary target around 12, 12.5. That's a big move from here, but it could happen. STAA, very similarly, also reversed the downtrend today and closed right at or near the declining tops line. One to watch here, up $1.23 or 27.5%. With a big breakaway gap and a move through the moving averages, this stock gets through the 5.96 zone short term. We could see a run up that takes it up towards 6 3/4 or 7. And lastly, today is another look at ZAG, which also is acting very well in my mind, reversing $1 off the 15.5 area, closing at 16.62, up 52 cents. A nice reversal day. And notice that the pattern that it's in is being challenged. The top of that pattern is being challenged. A breakout above the 16.60-70 range, maybe, let's call it above 16.90, should get us quickly towards the near 19. And that's my short-term trading target for ZAG. And that's it for the report tonight. You guys take it easy.